Hey everybody, how are you all doing? Today I'm doing a quick update on what's happened this past week in entertainment and gaming. And okay, a lot of it's been mostly in the TV and movie world, and we have a few game updates. I mean, as far as I've been keeping track of. I have a job, so sadly I can't really be glued to my screen the whole time like I want to be. But first of all, something pretty interesting is that we got the trailer for Zootopia 2. I mean, yeah, it's been teased for a while. A couple of leaks came out here and there, but we actually now have the official trailer. The thing that doesn't have that doesn't look like it was recorded secretly from some guy's iPhone. And it's actually pretty interesting because now they're talking about the very first ever snake to be in the city itself. And that's something that's always kind of stuck with me from the first movie when I was watching it, is that we never saw any reptiles. Well, maybe we did. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but now that they're really addressing it, this could actually factor in some more lore implications. Because, okay, first of all, this might be a bit nitpicking and a bit too... I might be kind of digging into sort of an autistic mind frame here, but I'm also curious as to how the predators get their sustenance, since, they eat meats and, well, the other residents in the cities are prey, so we might learn a thing or two. What I did notice is people online, mostly the weird fans, have been desperate to ship the main protagonist, the rabbit and the fox, which is weird to me. But you know what? They do them, I'll do me. Let's not think too hard about that. What also happened, which I think is a really cool thing, is that the Netflix original animated movie, K-pop Demon Hunters, is now the most watched and successful animated movie on that platform. And I mean, with all due respect, it deserves that so much. It is an amazing movie. I loved it. Watched it twice because, it was that good. Story was pretty interesting. The animation, top tier. Sony really knows what it's doing when it comes to animation. And I think that they're now becoming a real contender against Disney when it comes to the animation department. Because they found this really cool way of having these 2D effects in the 3D landscape, which I think is something rarely done. We've seen it done in Puss in Boots' The Last Wish. They did also a great job I won't say copying it, but maybe a better word is recreating it in their way, which is really cool. And it all began with the Spider-Verse movie, and then seeing it being used in other different movies is just great. Not only in I don't know what to say. It's just such a cool movie. What I did kind of see the inklings of is that some people are saying that the bigwigs at Netflix are considering maybe doing a live-action remake, which is the dumbest idea if you can ever imagine. There's just so many things in that movie that are done spectacularly because of animation. If you're going to translate that to live action, you're just doing the biggest mistake you can possibly do. You're going to lose so much credibility, and you're just proving to yourself that you're just as creatively bankrupt as Disney. If anything, you need to look at everything that Disney is doing and say, okay, all of that lost money. Let's do the opposite of that. So the execs at Netflix really just need to consider what Disney has done wrong and do the complete opposite instead of just following their example. If somebody breaks a window, you don't break that window because they did it. It's dumb. It just is. Oh, and we also got the trailer for the new Avatar movie, Fire and Ash. That looks pretty interesting because we had The Way of Water, where we saw the main protagonist change the way of life to a tribe of the blue people, where they're now, I wouldn't say naval base, but what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of a seafaring people. And now I think they're going to go to war with a tribe that's more of a warlike I want to say nomadic, but I mean they live in the volcanic region, so clearly, well, I mean, okay, first Avatar movie took place in a dense jungle, second one in a sort of oceanic area, now in a volcanic region. So I'm very curious to see exactly what sort of animals the fire Navi, that's what they were called, the fire Navi kind of tame or utilize. But it looks really interesting because now in the story, what I saw from the story trailer is that there is going to be a lot of tension between the main character, Jake Sully, and his Navi wife, Neytiri. Was that her name? Well, either way, there's going to be tension in that. I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen with that kid who was raised by the Navi, the human kid. So I'm very, very curious to see how that goes. I mean, the very first movie was revolutionary because it utilized the 3D, the one of the glasses technology, and that became a main staple, much to people's chagrin, my chagrin. But then when you look back at it, the story was very bare bones. There was not much to it, and I mean, yeah, like I said, it was very bare bones. And the second one, they actually decided to be a bit more creative in that sense, which was actually much better than before. So clearly, I'm seeing the sort of a curve of this curve of narration. So I do have hope. I'm very, I'm excited for this threequel. And now for some bad news, actually, which this hits me very close to home. HBO Max has decided to remove all their throwback cartoons from Cartoon Network, which is really dumb if you ask me. I mean, I specifically went for HBO Max just so I could watch these old school cartoons. I mean, I've been watching Justice League and Batman the Animated Series till my heart can explode, but now that they're going to delete the shows that I loved, like Dexter's Lab, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, it breaks my heart, and I just have to think to myself, why are they doing this? It's so dumb. And, okay, granted, Warner Brothers hasn't exactly had the best track record in the 2020s. I mean, when they merged with Discovery and cut a lot of jobs, they shot themselves in the foot. Then when it came to HBO going from HBO Max, then to Max, now they're going back to HBO Max. It just shows that the people in charge should not be in charge. And they're throwing away money nowadays. Every decision they make is just throwing away money. And it's so dumb. There's no other way I can explain it. It's just dumb. Thank God for pirate sites, am I right? After this, I'm going to watch a whole season of Chowder. Love that show. Oh yeah, if we're going back to Sony, and like I said, they're becoming a real contender for animation domination. They came out with this new trailer called Goat, which is, from what I saw, a story about an anthropomorphic goat who's trying out for a sports team. Okay, the story sounds pretty weird, sounds something typical for kids, but the animation and how it's done, it's so cool. I really recommend people watch it. And, oh my God, if anything, this gives me a hope that that some companies know what they need to do when it comes to attracting their audience and how to approach animation nowadays. So if you guys have the chance, please check it out. I really recommend it. Oh yeah, and something I actually wanted to talk about, which it's interesting to me at least, is that new game, Tales of the Shire, just came out. It's a Lord of the Rings game, in name only. Let's keep that in mind. And it's pretty much, it's a very watered-down version of Animal Crossing, but then in a Tolkien scale. You play as a little hobbit, you have a home, you have to renovate it, you have to invite people, make friends, serve the meals, and pretty much do all the boring shit you would do if you actually were interested in all the boring shit in Skyrim. You know, like cooking, building a house, making clothes, all that crap. And, I mean, if anything, a cozy fantasy game could work if it was set in World of Warcraft, because nowadays Warcraft has become so watered down and woke, they pretty much welcome something this safe. And, I mean, I've looked at the graphics. I mean, yeah, it's made for the Switch, but it looks like it was made for mobile. It just looks really bad. And also, something I've noticed, every character looks very androgynous, and that's because, Sweet Baby Inc. has their claws, has their claws in this game, so clearly that's also a big minus for this. I mean, I'm not a guy who's into cozy games. I like to, just sit back, relax, and hack a few heads off here and there. But like I said before, if it was not in a Tolkien skin and just a fantasy cozy game, this could work if it was set like World of Warcraft or, I don't know, just make a medieval version of Animal Crossing. Maybe that's what Nintendo... Okay, if anything, if Nintendo really wants to stick it to people, they make their own Tales of the Shire, but then, like I said, have a Animal Crossing set in fantasy times. But, yeah, that's my take from what's happened this week. A lot of cool things happening in animation. A lot of bad things happening in animation. And I'm just waiting for Gears of War Reloaded for PS5. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.